Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Talking Clans. I'm here with Flameclaw and Morayfang, and today we're going to be doing a split rant. First we're going to start off with Thrushpelt, and then we're going to move on to Oakheart.
Yeah, hi guys. Hello.
So my first question is for Flameclaw, and it is, do you think Thrushpelt would have been a good father to the kits had they stayed in ThunderClan?
Well, I definitely think he would, because if you look at the way he treated them when they were still just, little kids, then, yeah, probably. I mean, he really did grieve like a true father, like their real father, when he thought they died, so it was just a very touching scene to me, and I could definitely see him being their father, like their foster father, had they stayed. Not to mention that Mosket wouldn't be dead if they had stayed, but...
Yeah. And I think he probably would have been involved in their lives as they got older, kind of like how, Bramblestar isn't the father of Lion Blaze and Jayfeather, but he's still involved with them.
Yeah.
And he still cares about them, so I see it as, like, probably that kind of relationship.
Yeah, probably. Yes, I agree.
So, to Morayfang, how do you think Thrushpelt died? Because they didn't mention it in the books.
Thank you. I know this hasn't ever been confirmed, but I'd like to think myself that he died a peaceful death, like as a senior warrior or an elder, since he didn't really deserve a harsh one, in my opinion. But of course, since this is Warriors, and since there was a harsh leaf bear at the end of the Blues of Prophecy, I think he might have died of starvation, or maybe illness, white or green cough or something.
Yeah, green cough is like a really common death.
Yeah.
And being as they didn't mention it, I see it as he could have probably died of green cough, kind of like how Heavy Step died of green cough like twice.
Yeah, well, he died like 15 times.
He died...
Well, but
3 times. That's, yes.
But yes, you know what I mean.
Yeah. So, I would have to agree. I think that he would probably die of something like green cough.
Yeah, probably.
Or, like I said, starvation. But then it would have probably...
Yeah, I prefer a peaceful death, though. Just like, falling asleep, and then the next thing he wakes up to is StarClan. Wouldn't that be nice?
Yeah. Like elders, not being crushed by a tree or something.
Yeah.
For a long time.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Anywho, it's my turn, and my question is for Spirit, and it is, what would you have done if you were Thrushpelt?
A lot of people say that Thrushpelt should have been, he's he should have been like a role model, like, to Ashfur. Ashfur should have been like Thrushpelt. That's what, like, a lot of people say.
Yeah, and there was a ship going on with them and all, so.
But if you think about it...
You didn't know?
No.
Well, it's a thing, actually, yes.
Okay, that's interesting to hear.
Yeah, Anyway, continue.
Okay, sorry, please continue.
And I just don't think that it's very realistic. Like, I understand that he loved Blue Star and stuff, but, like, if you think about it, how painful would it be? Like, you just feel betrayed and kind of, like, frustrated. I just don't think that I would have, offered to father her kits. I wouldn't have necessarily burned her kits in a fire, but,
Yeah, like someone did.
But I would be a little bit bitter. I would probably, like, I wouldn't exactly be mean, but I wouldn't offer to do some huge favor for her like that. Although I do love Blue Star, I don't think that I would be able to do something like that.
Yeah.
I think my feelings would be hurt too much, and, when your feelings are hurt, why be nice to somebody, It just doesn't normally happen.
Be very angry, yeah, of course. But he seemed like a pretty well, not saying mature people can't do things like that, but emotionally mature cat. So,
Yeah.
I'm sure it's my turn now.
Yeah.
All right, spirits. Who do you ship Thrushpelt with?
So, I actually ship Thrushpelt with Ashfur and Starkland.
Sorry, I really didn't know that was a thing.
To me, it's a really silly ship, so I can see why you could find it like maybe unbelievable.
No, I'm fine with it as a crack ship, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I could see it happening in StarClan, I guess, but I ship that, but I certainly don't ship him with Blue Star just because, you know, I don't feel like he, you know how like in the Ultimate Guide and Cats of the Clans, they said that, you know, Bramblestar matched Squirrelflight's fire instead of containing it like Ashford did. I think it's more of that kind of thing. I feel like Oakheart kind of matched Blue Star's fire, whereas Thrushpelt would have contained it.
Yeah, because
and plus about Rosetail and Thrushpelt. I've heard of that one as well.
Yeah.
I actually haven't heard of that one.
Oh, I've seen it around, you know.
But like Thrushpelt was a little bit of a stalker. What did you say?
Okay, good point.
Because he always followed Bloofer around, and it was like, oh, I wish I had someone following me around like that. And I was like, no, you don't want someone to stalk you.
Yeah, it's really creepy, you know?
Yeah. And Bloofer was just like, no, thank you.
I mean, he had good intentions, but if any other cats, I would have thought it was creepy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, my next question is to Murray Fang, and it is, do you think Oakheart, if he had not died, would have prevented Redtail's death?
Well, I don't think he would have prevented Tiger Claw from, like, doing it eventually, but the whole situation might have been, come later, and maybe Tiger Claw would have missed a good opportunity and actually caught for it earlier in his time. Like, it wouldn't surprise me, because the whole situation was perfect for Tiger Claw to commit homicide on his deputy. I mean, like, he could blame the wounds he got on, and the death of Redtail on the enemy, you know, like, RiverClan and ThunderClan were, like, mortal enemies at that time.
Yeah.
And if Oakwood North would have died like that, Tiger Claw might have stopped, because, I mean, Oakheart would, it would be easy for, like, Oakheart if he would tell the others of RiverClan, and with them, then they would be able to shame ThunderClan at the gathering, you know?
Yeah.
So I think that might have stopped Tiger Claw. And he might have tried some other times, but it could easily have been the case that he would have been found out, because I don't think this situation happens very often.
Yeah, probably.
And there weren't any big fights apart from the Shadow Clan one after the Sinning Rocks. So, it could have been.
It could have been actually was a deciding point, I guess. Like, had those rocks not fallen, Oakheart would still be alive.
Yeah.
Also, fun fact about Oakheart, well, in my case anyway, I used to think he was evil, because in the Croatian version, his name is just like Oak. And I always imagine him like as a big muscular cat, like evil, because he killed Redtail going across it. And then I remember that his name was Oakheart in English. So I was like, oh, you're a nice little cat because you have heart in your name. So
I always saw him as like a boy. Okay, that's not an English word. But, like those guys like they put the hair gel, you know, like hello.
Yeah.
You know, like always
Hi, cat, yes.
Yeah, I always saw him like that.
Because he was like that to Blue Star. Kind of.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I see it in my head.
Oakheart, boy.
Yeah.
Oakheart smooth.
Yeah.
Thank you, that's what I meant. Yes.
Oh my god.
Okay. Flame. So, do you think Oakheart would have been a good leader if he had died and Star wouldn't have followed him?
Well, I think he would have actually, because when you think about his personality, he was a very wise cat. I would say he could make good decisions. He wasn't a cat who would like leap into battle at the first sign of provocation or something. So I think he would have been a good leader, a wise one at that. Like, definitely, in my opinion, maybe even better than Leopard Star. As you guys know, I don't like her, so yeah, I'm sorry, but that's
Rude.
Sorry.
You can't repeat.
Yeah. I mean, she was an okay cat, but she made some really stupid decisions. So yeah, that's why I prefer Oakheart, because he definitely wouldn't have allied with Tiger Star. Yeah, definitely not. So.
Yeah, I think that he would have been a great leader. I definitely don't see him joining forces with Tiger Star like Leopard Star had.
Yeah. And killing Stone for him, just because he was his own son, so like he would stop it.
Mm-hmm.
So many deaths would have been prevented. Oh my god.
Okay, so my question is for Flameclaw, and it is, how do you think Oak Kit felt when Crooked Kit wasn't made an apprentice?
Well, it was one of my favorite moments in the book, actually. Like, Crooked Kid is just sitting there, like, super sad, and Oakpaw's, like, mouthing to him, like, you're next, and you're gonna be an apprentice next, and, like, he always believed in his brother, so I think that, Oak Kid, or Oakpaw, at that time was, like, sad. He wanted his brother to be an apprentice. He wanted him to be successful and not to be looked down upon. And that's why I really like Oakheart, because he was so supportive of his brother, like not supportive of his mother, despite all of the nice treatment he got.
Okay, so to Moray then, do you think Oakheart and Blue Star had nothing more than like a one-night stand type of thing, or do you think they were actually mates?
Well, it was kind of a I hate you, but I love you as well thing at first, so I can definitely see where some people would see it as a one-night stand, and I don't know, I kind of agree with this as well, but I do think they kind of had, they really had something going on, you know, like an actual cross-clan relationship. Because, I mean, in the, it wasn't really clear in the book, of course, because there were sometimes, you know, at first, because especially at first, Blue Star was just like, yeah, you're awful, you know, get off my territory. But in the moments in StarClan, you could see them like sometimes being very nice to each other, but sometimes like bickering like an old married couple.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I actually read like the fifth and the sixth book first before I read the first, second, third, fourth of the original series, you know, and I didn't know they were actually mates, but I did ship them in the moments in StarClan. So yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
So I guess they really did have something going on, since since even though they fought a lot in StarClan, they were often seen together. It seems.
Yeah. I think that it's a lot like Gray Stripe and Silverstream. It was like they have like a really, really strong love, but at the same time, it wasn't very well developed.
Thank you.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't well developed. Yeah, thank you, because it was just like, hey, I hate you, and 5 minutes later, hey, I love you, let's go to Fortress together. Yeah, why not? It doesn't make sense.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I don't know.
It was really, yeah, and with Gray Stripe and Silverstream, it's a lot similar because, well, first of all, she's in River Clan and he was in Thunder Clan, and we didn't see much of their relationship, especially being as it was from Fireheart's point of view, until like after they met. Like after the scene where they met, it's like, you know, they were completely and totally in love, but we didn't see anything of their relationship, so it's a lot like that, like, just not very well developed, but their love seems really, really strong.
True. Yes. So, anyway, the final question in this rant is to Spirit. What do you think would have happened had Oakheart broken his jaw instead of Crooked Star?
You know, Blue Star doesn't seem like a really judgmental cat, but, like, I don't know. Maybe it would have kept him from being mates with Blue Star just because, you know, he would have been caught up in a lot of stuff within his own clan. Kind of like how, like, he probably, or he would have had his apprentice ceremony, like, held back, and he wouldn't have been able to go to the gathering and stuff, and I just feel like, but maybe, you know, because a lot of people ship Crooked Star and Blue Star. Oh my god, the cars outside my house are really loud. I think it would have been maybe things would have been different if he had been the one who got disowned, the one who, you know, got held back in life.
Yeah, probably. No, maybe not. I don't think that Oakheart would allow himself to be pushed around by Rainflower. I think he would have been like, you know what? No, you can't do this to me. Like, why was he mature? Yeah.
Yeah,
I just see him as that type of character because Crooked Star was kind of timid.
I don't really see him training in the Dark Forest with Mapleshade for some reason.
No, definitely not. He wasn't that stupid.
Maybe Mapleshade wouldn't even have been interested in him since he is a bit more strong-willed than, well, a little bit less timid than Crooked Paw at the time. So
That's true.
maybe she would have just been like, yeah, not worth of my time, and left him alone.
Yeah, because as we can see with spoilers, skip this part of the video if you don't want to hear spoilers, but
Goose Feather.
Yeah, with Goose Feather, because he was also weak, not weak, but he was like afraid. Nobody was gonna like him. He was like thrown away like trash, and the same happened with Crooked Kid. So you know, she only targeted weak cats to use for herself.
Yeah, or cats that have been emotionally hurt.
Yeah, but I mean, I think that Goose Feather kicked her away later. Because he's just a type of cat. Like, when he became Grump, he was like, you know what, get away from my life. Just leave.
Maybe it took so much, like, energy. I don't know, I haven't read it myself yet. But just speculation, even though it's already out. Maybe that keeping her away and stuff got so tiring for him, which is why he became this crazy old cat.
Probably, yeah.
He was just exhausted.
Yeah, and his power really exhausted him. But yeah, we're getting off topic right now. But yeah, I don't think that Mapleshade would have targeted Oakheart.
Yeah.
He was just not the type of person.
No.
I think that's all of our questions, so.
Yeah.
Hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Talking Clans.
And we'll see you all next time.
Yep.
Bye.
Like and subscribe if you haven't got the chance, and if you enjoyed this video, and we'll see you next time.